Hi, I have the opportunity of being here this afternoon with Khulan Baasan, and Khulan is an international student at the University of Washington, Bothell. She's in her 4th year, and she's got an amazing background. I'd like her to tell you about her degree and how she got to this point and her interest in cybersecurity. Khulan?
Hi, thank you for having me here today. I'm a senior studying computer science software engineering at UW Bothell, and when I came into the school, I had no idea that I will be here because first of all, I was planning to do a business major, and UW Bothell gave me this opportunity to be able to explore different classes before I really get to settle in my major. And then I always knew that I was very lacking in technical field because my parents, my relatives, none of them are technical field. They're like all business majors. So I always knew that technology was my weakness. So I decided to take this intro to programming class, and I found out that I had a passion for programming. And then here I am in the computer science major.
It's a little bit different there, isn't it? Because how many women are in the class?
So when I first took a programming class, the first class that got me interested in computer science, I honestly thought that I was gonna be like, one of maybe 2-3 women in the class. That class, actually, it was more than I expected. In the 40-50 students, there's like 15-ish female students. So that was a good surprise for me, because I only came expecting, okay, programming, it's all guys. I also had that one of the stereotypes because, like how people view programmers, like they view that they're like usually guys. And I also go into the class with the same stereotype, and I see that there are actually a lot more women than I expected, and it was such a positive surprise for me.
Well, and this is the important thing as we talk to people and share with them that cybersecurity has a foundation in computer science and a little bit of programming, but that's not always what cybersecurity is about. The reason that women are so valuable in cybersecurity is because we come with a different perspective. And as you pointed out, you're an extrovert.
Yeah.
You like working in teams, you talk to people, and you're able to draw them out.
Yeah, I do believe that when people think about programming, they just think that, oh, you're just going to be in your cubicle and just type your own code. But actually, programming has like a lot of like human parts to it. You have to work with teams, you have to convey your ideas. So I feel like my extrovertness helps me with that soft skill. I don't know, that was such a weird, yeah.
Well, no, soft skills are really very important. I mean, those are significant in business, in technology, and remember, one of the things that you and I talked about earlier is that cybersecurity is a socio-technological system. It has technology and it has people, and it combines them. And this is very important for people to realize that having a balance of both skills is very important in order to be successful.
Yes, in fact, that's why I am very fascinated by cybersecurity. It's very interdisciplinary. It has all parts with it. It has economy. It tries to learn what motivates people. Why did people do this? Try to understand the psychology of the opposite party, and then also people in the organization, and also coding, technology, business. So that's why it's such a complex problem, and I want to be a part of it to help solve it.
It is an ongoing issue, and Khulan, one of the things that we talked about as in your role as an international student, because you're studying STEM here, and so your visa allows you to be here for an additional 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so could you share with the people that are seeing this from all over, whether they're here nationally or internationally, what your plans are for how you plan to address your professional development?
Yeah. I am very glad that I have this opportunity to be able to learn about cybersecurity from. I'm very happy to have this opportunity, and in fact, I'm from a developing country. And earlier in the modules, there was a interview with the government, the person. it was like a 1-hour interview, I don't remember, but he mentioned that we think of cybersecurity as just from the perspective of US. In the other countries, cybersecurity is like a little different problem because of the culture, the way the organization works. And and then they said a lot of the problem lies in like also like developing countries because they don't have the same idea of cybersecurity, and like not just like on internet you download a program, it doesn't mean that it's from US. It could be a program from like another developing countries, and how do you filter out those? So I believe that me learning the cybersecurity, like I get to go back home and then like have this like American like developed technology view, because compared to our country, America is way experienced and has like many years of experience. So I believe that I will be able to like start that conversation back home and kind of set that stepping stone.
Yeah, it's going to be a stepping stone for you. And the thing that was very interesting, because we talked about different professions for you, and as you pointed out, education isn't always very well paid in your country. However, creating a business and working with critical infrastructure and helping to improve the economy and the lives of the people, in your city, your community, and your nation is something that you can do extremely well. So you're going to be a woman leading the way, not only while you're here. And this is the thing I'd like to point out for the people that have been watching our series, is that the corporate sponsor that has hired, they interview people, and even though we don't have a 50-50 split in the classroom of men and women, they wind up selecting a majority of women for these positions. And it may have to do with those soft skills. We don't want to downplay them, but it's being able to ask those questions and have that different perspective, that unique perspective that comes with problem solving and teamwork.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Okay, and is there any other thing that we want to cover before we get ready to move on to our next interview?
I think it's good.
You think that's good? So I'm looking forward to seeing what you're able to do with T-Mobile. And as you pick up some of this corporate experience, you're going to be a tremendous asset, whether while you're here and especially when you return home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.